You're watching a Youth TV, empowering you.
Hello, welcome to The Remedy here on ATV Empowering You. It's yet another beautiful Saturday here at Homely Nest. Do you sometimes sacrifice your well-being just to please others and forego some of your basic needs? Do you sometimes as an individual forget to take care of yourself? Well, let's talk.
Welcome back. This is a Saturday. As Claire has already told you, we love you so much and you're still on The Remedy. Well, as we always talk about all these topics, if you have been following, then you know that we're really minding about everyone's mental health. So if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe, follow, share with your friends for the ATV. Find us on all our social media platforms. And we're here to serve you. So me and Claire today are talking about self-love. I feel love in the air. Yeah. So first of all, yes, I know that a relationship, the biggest relationship you can have is with yourself.
Yes.
You're going to have like a boyfriend or your friends. Even if you go to church with your husband, it is till death do us part. So anytime someone could not be there, but you're still there for yourself. Like, it is the best relationship you can have with yourself.
It's the most important relationship that you have to take care of first, before you even include anyone else.
Yeah. So that is why we're so concerned and we're talking about self-love today. I don't know what you think. You could tell us, what do you think self-love is to you? But anyway, we're here to talk. Claire, what do you think about self-love?
So for me, this is self-love. By the way, I do love myself
a lot.
I don't know. I don't know what level I'm at when it comes to self-love, but it is something that I work on every day. I think it's an ending journey. It goes on and on and on. So yeah, it now for me, self-love, the way I would think, it is appreciating yourself from the actions that you do, appreciating yourself from the psychological beat, from the physical beat, and even just your spiritual well-being. Yourself first. We are not talking about anyone, just you. Looking at, appreciating all that about you, your physical, your psychological, and your spiritual well-being. Yeah, so for me, that is where self-love starts. And then also not settling for less.
Of course.
Yeah, but this is relative. This is relative. As we go on and on, we'll definitely see, a few situations here and there that sometimes we tend to confuse with self-love. But yeah, for me, it's not settling for less and making sure that whatever I do, whoever I'm with, I am not compromising anything about my well-being.
You're there for yourself.
I'm there for myself. I'm doing what makes me happy, not in a selfish way, but I'm just taking care of my well-being first. For me, that is self-love.
That is very good.
Because I believe if I do that, then I'll be able to give away, to share the same kindness with the people around me. Yeah,
that is very good. I was talking with someone today. Hi, Brenda. She told me that very many people confuse self-love with self-care. You see, self-care is something that you do. You every day when someone wakes up, they brush their teeth, they bathe, they wear good clothes. You're taking care of yourself. That is something that you're supposed to do. Your hygiene, something we once talk about better on the show. Everything that is self-care. You want to look good, but are you looking good for yourself? Now, when it comes back to you, the inner instincts, like yourself, that is self-love. But self-care is something different.
Yeah, it's something we all must do, it's the basics, okay.
Yeah, actually, it is not easy by now. Self-love, trust me, to me, it was a journey to start loving, to start realizing that, you know what, Jenny, you're not loving yourself enough. You need to work on how you love yourself.
True.
You need, it is that journey. You cannot just find out that you don't love yourself. If you feel comfortable with yourself, sometimes with the negativity, with the bad things that are happening in your life, and you're embracing it, you just don't realize that, okay, I'm not loving myself.
True, yeah. And of course, we get so caught up in the world and with the people around us. And sometimes you've had people saying, I've lost myself. Sometimes we lose ourselves in people.
And it is not healthy.
It's not healthy.
Mentally.
It's not okay. Yeah, it's not okay because you can't lose yourself. Because I'll still go back to what I said. It starts with you. Once you love yourself properly, at least in a basic average way, you're actually going to be able to give off the same love
energy
around you. Yeah.
Yes,
so if you lose yourself in people, then what are you sharing with the people around you? So
you need to allow yourself to love yourself. It is not something that you're going to wake up one day and you do.
Of course, it's not a one day.
It's not a one day thing, because some people, actually, we have tried to shred it a lot with I don't need this, I'm okay. But you realize, by the way, there are very many people out there. I'm telling you, I have been there, honestly, where you feel like, okay, you don't love yourself enough. And when you don't love yourself enough, you don't expect to give that much love to someone else.
There's definitely nothing much you're giving, because you don't love yourself. So what are you giving out? Exactly. You're not taking care of yourself. You need to first take care of your basic needs, your basic well-being, then you can be able to give off the same vibes. So for me that is self-love in my regard.
You guys could tell us what self is to you. But what are those tips that you would give to people out there how to love themselves? What are those habits you should start keeping with yourself to know that, you know what, I love myself?
So and often sometimes when we look at people who love themselves, sometimes the people around you, what they say, she loves herself too much, she's selfish. Somehow the selfish one always comes in. I don't know why, but you're actually not selfish. It's actually never selfish. You're just doing you. And usually sometimes some of these people tend to be loners or introverts, like we tend to call it, and you're thinking, this person is antisocial, and but they're just choosing to care about them. They're not affecting anyone around them. They're just focusing on themselves and their well-being. Self-love, self-love. Like, focus on yourself first. So when you come out here, it's very easy for you to be kind, to be generous and compassionate.
That is very true. Actually, when someone tells you you're selfish, if you're already there for yourself, you know yourself, it will not even affect you. Because you know what you're doing is okay.
True.
Now we shall talk about like people pleasers. If you're always like pleasing people, everything you do is because you want someone to be happy, even if it is offending you, even if it is not, you're not okay with it.
People pleasers usually actually find that those are the people who lose themselves. I've lost myself. Now those are the people here, because you're very busy out here trying to please everyone, so you forget the things that please you first. And you know how you can't make everyone happy. Actually, sometimes you can't even make anyone happy.
It is hard.
It's hard. Even when you're doing your best, I have to please this group of people. I have to please this one. I have to please this relative, this workmate.
I know.
Somehow. So that's why it's very important for you to first love yourself. And then,
when you love yourself, now this is a tip. When you love yourself, you will not allow yourself to look like your problems. Whenever you get out of your house, still look your best. My God, man, you're out there, no one is caring about your shit.
No one cares.
No one cares.
You have it,
you're facing a problem, but you still love yourself. You're like, no, Jenny, you'll get through this day.
Exactly. Now, those positive vibes. Now, with self-love, of course, you need to start speaking positivity to yourself. Because now that's actually the only first step. Because if you're still the negative beat, you're complaining about your appearance, about your family, about friends, about work, about relatives, then where is the self-love? Because you're giving off the negative vibes only. So we are definitely going to know that I think we are not loving ourselves in this direction.
So every time I wake up, trust me, I could be having a problem, but you not see Jenny and know that this girl has problem. No, like that is how much I love myself. Why should someone else care? No, they don't care. Like I already know
They
that
don't care.
no one is going to care about
No one
this.
actually
You
cares.
are facing this alone, so
yeah,
do
it's
this.
it's better you just do you.
And then set boundaries. This is very hard to do. Sometimes,
It's
like
very hard.
Yeah.
Because the people around you are definitely going to be like, okay, she thinks she can do everything on her own.
On her
or
own,
He thinks
I know.
he thinks he's an island. It's not that way. Now, those are the people who haven't even started the journey of self-love. Because for someone who has started, they will understand the stage you're at. Like, oh, okay. I think she's trying to discover herself. He's trying to, do this on him, do this and improve himself here and there. So they won't understand. Yeah. So
Yeah,
the
they
setting
can't.
boundaries, you're definitely going to hurt some people there.
yeah, but then at the end of the day, what are you getting from it? You set boundaries. For instance, if you're making like too many sacrifices, as we talked about. By the way, did you watch the topic of sacrifices in relationships? Go back and watch. If you're giving like too many sacrifices that are not making you comfortable, why don't you sit back and say, like, you know what, I can do this, I can't do this, so I am not going to do it. Like, say no when you have to.
No,
If it is too much work, you've done your best, and you feel like I need to rest, say yes, let me rest. It is okay. By the way, trust me, it is fine.
I know sometimes,
It is fine.
for starters, people usually never get the no. How can she say no? But it's okay. With time, everyone will understand. Yeah, because you can't do it all. You can't do it all. So you can only do. You can. So if you're sacrificing too much and it's affecting your well-being, then you're forgetting yourself. You're definitely forgetting yourself.
And then I think another tip I could tell people: you need to live intentionally. Live with an intention. You wake up today and you're like, I'm going to do this because I want to achieve this. Like, for yourself. Like, live with an intention. And if you want to please yourself, sometimes if you want good food, go and have it, even if you're alone. That is self-love. I'm capable of going to a restaurant, order some good food, eat it alone.
I'm the queen of that club.
I know. I love my friends so much, but I will eat.
I think my colleagues know. I mean, even my family knows. There's a time, some brothers and sisters walked into a restaurant and I was seated by myself and I was having such a good time. So they asked me, who are you with? I'm like, no, I came alone. They're like, what? You can actually come out here and sit and eat alone. I'm like, what's wrong with that?
No, that's just self-love.
Now that is self-love, where you don't need company all the time to do anything. Some things you can actually, because really, do you need support with going out for a meal? Do you need someone to hold the fork for you and the knife?
Let me tell you, if someone doesn't love themselves so much, they might think, sometimes you're even earning some good money, but you're always like restricting yourself from the things you need in your life because of some reasons that the society might approve. What will people say? Or what? Okay. Sometimes I think it's good to go for that photo shoot on your birthday. It is okay to be so free and bring some things to yourself. Be there for yourself. That is what Claire said. Be there for yourself.
Be there for yourself. You have to be there for yourself first. You're actually the only person. You can only rely on you.
That is
true. That? Yeah, you can. The only person you can rely on is yourself. Yeah, before you start putting your hopes high in, other people who might not come through for you, and then you get heartbroken, and then, so self-love is definitely very, very important.
Get your money, eat it,
and then
and
then also in self-love, when it comes, let me say, like to work, learn how to pursue your interests. It's also part of self-love. We talked about it last time, sacrifices in a relationship where family and friends want you to do this, but your passion is somewhere else. Now we shall tell someone who has self-love by going ahead and insisting on saying, no, I want to do sports, I want to do journalism, I want to do, so that person understands themselves. They love themselves because you see they've put their needs, and they are not necessarily being selfish. This is something that they are interested in, is something that they love to do. So with self-love now, you actually realize that it will be very easy for you to chase your dreams and your interests. Because you understand that this is what makes me happy.
That's very true. And by the talking about that workplace and the whole situation, if you're at work and you're not comfortable with some things that are making you do, if you really love yourself and you know what is better for the company or whatever organization you're working for, you will be able to stand. And better sometimes it takes courage to love yourself.
It takes a lot of courage.
You need to be courageous and say some things when you have to. Like if someone is telling you to do something you're not comfortable with, or you know that is not going to be fit for whatever work you've come to do, be able to say it, because you know that at the end of the day, this will please me. I will see the outcome and I'll be like,
and I hope you get us when she puts it that way. We are not talking about you wanting to work as you wish in your workplace. No. They will definitely stretch you out of your comfort zone. Any other duties assigned from time to time, that clause which is in everyone's everyone's letter, everyone's admission letter.
We're just saying speak up.
They're just those things that are not contributing to work. They're affecting your well-being. You're not happy, and they're not even benefiting the organization that you're working, not even yourself. So some of those things you talk about them, but then of course, when it comes to work and they are stretching you a bit, giving you a bit of stretch targets, that's a different story, of course. You also stretch yourself and do above and beyond. So self-love everywhere, anywhere, be at home, be at work. Just don't forget yourself, because we've seen people who get so consumed into work. You've seen those people whose life depends on work.
And you're not even enjoying the results of work.
This person works hard, they're in office by 6 a.m. They leave at 10 p.m. Saturday they are in, Sunday they are in, on Christmas they are in. You wonder if such a person has no life or something. I know sometimes jobs can be demanding and all that, but just don't forget yourself and you get consumed into this company. Even if it's your own business, you get a break. You can catch a break. You can
enjoy your money that you're making from that business.
The breaks are very important. Very, very important. So you need to
please fall in love with yourself. It's a journey, but you will get there. You're still in the remedy. Can we go in a very, very short break?
We are still here.
You're watching a Youth TV, empowering you.
So we are speaking self-love. Welcome back from the break. You're still watching The Remedy here on Youth TV. If you haven't subscribed, please pause, go and subscribe to Youth TV.
Hit the notification button.
And that way you don't miss any episodes. So now I thought it wise, before I even continue this conversation about self-love, we need to differentiate, because we've talked about self-love, putting yourself first, not settling for less, taking care of your well-being. Now, I want to clarify. We have what we call self-love, and then we have narcissism. So let's get the two clear. We've seen what self-love is. You're being kind to yourself, but then you're not selfish. You're actually extending this love to the people around you. Now, at someone who is a narcissist, on the other hand, they have an inflated sense of entitlement, some inflated weird sense of confidence, and they have no empathy for others, by the way. They come off like they love themselves too much, like they have all their all their shit figured out, and everything is okay. But one thing I have seen, we've seen narcissists in our community. One thing with a narcissist, because they are for them, they're obsessed with themselves. It's beyond the normal self-love, So they are so obsessed with themselves. But the interesting part is, usually such people, my goodness, if you're to actually calm down and understand them and see their life, they are very vulnerable down there. Their self-esteem is so low and fragile, Now they come off like they have all their business together, but for them it's just too much. They're so obsessed with themselves, and they believe everyone around them should love them, because they're assuming this whole love and care, and but in actual sense they actually don't care. So learn to differentiate.
So they're having issues, but they're shielding,
they're masking
their whole
it with their
negativity
whole
with self-love, which is not self-love, but
exactly.
too much confidence, which is actually toxic to the community, to the people around them.
Of course, because no, that's what I said. They are not empathetic at all. They don't care about who is actually around, but they come off like they care
because they're always right. They feel like
exactly. They're always right. You know, they are never in the wrong.
Right.
Just watch out for such people, because trust me,
and if
and
you
they
want,
know, and you know, it's interesting if you try, if you try to press a small button around their self-esteem, you actually see a real narcissist coming out. He or she will come out because you realize their self-esteem is so low, as opposed to someone who loves themselves. You've seen people who have self-love. They love the way they look. They love the way they talk. They love the way they walk. They
love the way they treat other people.
Exactly.
You know, you don't have to treat people badly just because you love yourself. Actually, if you love yourself, you have too much love. Like you share. You share it, and without regrets.
And of course, narcissism usually is not long-lasting. There's always that point you get to, and people around you actually discover who you truly are. It doesn't hide for it doesn't hide for long. As opposed to someone who loves themselves, they'll go on and on and on and living in this community. So so just so we are clear, make sure you differentiate the two people. You can also look at yourself.
And if you have a different opinion, you can also share with us. But I totally believe. I totally believe you.
So why is self-love important? We're talking about self-love. Why is self-love important? So for me, first of all, I consider working on your self-love. For me, number one, when you work on your self-love, you're going to not be a people pleaser. Neither are you fighting for perfections.
That's true.
You know, you're just being you. You love yourself. You love how you look. You love who you are. You know. So you don't fall into that whole, scenario of being a people pleaser and perfectionist, because you know yourself. You love yourself. You know what makes you, happy and keeps you well. So that's why, that is me.
For me, I think self-love. I agree with you, by the way, but also I think self-love is loving yourself so much, and of course believing in self-love and all helps you become confident and live true life, because whenever you don't love yourself and you have this whole needy you portray this needy character,
and you even project it on people around
you do. And if you are like that, you are never calling up for a successful relationship, either with your friends or with the people around you. Someone is coming to fix you, not to love you.
True.
And that is not okay.
No, it's not.
You're going to be either a burden or someone that is going to just be used, because you are not allowing yourself to love yourself, but letting other people love you more than you love yourself. And you could actually end up loving someone more than you love yourself. That is dangerous.
Oh yes, that is very dangerous. Haven't we seen people?
We have, and that is why we talked about toxic relationships. I think that is one of the causes.
Do you see, when you don't love yourself, you're going to end up giving more love out, and then what always happens? The other party notices how you adore them so much, and then they start taking advantage of it. Now that is where you get your massive nice heartbreak.
That is very hard to gather.
That is very hard to gather, because you're like, I've given it my all. I've been there for this person, but you are not there for yourself.
Exactly.
You lost yourself into this person.
It's very, very dangerous to love any other person more than you love yourself. Even any person, I'm telling you, because a relationship with yourself is the strongest relationship you can ever have.
I agree. Yes. And then also when you love yourself, you actually don't tolerate some sort of mistreatment from others, because you will not, because this one wants to toss you here, this one wants you to do this, but you know yourself. So you're thinking, no, that one, no, that one, yes, that one we can discuss. Like, your boundaries are very clear.
I recently met some lady. She's just very interesting. At first I didn't understand, but she does not get affected by very many things. Do you know why? Because when you love yourself, different things happen. They happen to you, and even if you cry about them, or you show everyone that you care about this thing, it is going to always end up with you. So okay, it's something. It's a petty example, but I plugged out her cable unknowingly, and she had not saved her work. I'm telling you, it was too much work. And she came and said, "Oh my God, Jenny, you've unplugged," but it was too much work. I'm like, "I'm sorry, I didn't." Okay, I was so apologetic. Like, but it's okay. It would happen. Like, did you know? Like, it was. This girl has not known me for even more. Yeah, but it was easy, like, to pick up.
Any other person would have eaten you up.
Yeah, so it also comes with character. I think.
Of course,
you know,
of course.
you already it comes with character.
It have a lot.
So when you realize that your character switches off very fast from other people, even to yourself, like you get mad at yourself. Do you know that some people get mad at themselves?
That's the
And it's very hard to forgive themselves. Like, why did I do that?
My God, that's like the worst kind. Or you'd rather be mad at someone else. You can get over that actually faster than being mad at yourself.
Before you really love yourself truly, you need to forgive yourself whenever you do something wrong. We are humans, we err. Well, I'm not telling you to excuse yourself whenever you do something bad, but whenever you do something bad and you have done it already, you know how to deal with it. We have talked about this with Claire all the time on the remedy.
Like, forgive yourself.
Forgive yourself. You know, and no one is going to forgive you before you forgive yourself. Even if someone forgave you, but you're still lamenting inside you, you don't love yourself.
True.
Yeah, that is how you discover that, you know, I don't love myself.
I don't love myself. Yeah. And then also another reason why people need to love themselves. You need to love yourself so that you avoid self-sabotage. People sabotage themselves. You know, we do that a lot. We do that a lot. You're supposed to do this. Now that is where maybe somehow being a people pleaser comes in. You want to go to work, but Jenny wants this. So now you're sabotaging what you're supposed to do. You don't want to disappoint. I need to please her. Then here you're foregoing your work, you know. So if you love yourself enough, you're not going to allow that self-sabotage. You're going to stick to what you had actually planned to do and say, this is what I lined up to do, and I'm going to go ahead.
You do what
I
is
can
better
help
for
you.
you.
Yeah, you do what is better for you. Yeah. So
But then have good character. Communicate. Tell the other person, you know what, I can't do this because I had already planned to go to work.
I've always wanted to ask someone his character inborn.
I think
I know, because please let us know, because you know sometimes we meet people and it's no, that's her character, that's his character, you know. So
you guys, we're coming back. We might actually go inside. This weather is just too cold, but we're still with you. Join us. We're still on the remedy. We love you.